morning students and welcome to Innovative Science Tutorials. Students, today we are going to start up with the biology syllabus for ICSE class 8 and we will begin first with chapter number 3, that is reproduction in humans. Students, you must have studied about the process of reproduction in your lower grades like in standard 6. Okay, but today we are going to study this chapter in a lot of detail. We will explore a lot about the reproductive systems in humans. Okay, so before that, let us have an overview of what we will be studying in this chapter today. Students, our focus will be at an introduction to reproduction, then definition of reproduction, need of reproduction, and finally we will study about the various modes of reproduction in today's class. So let us begin, students. Students, there is a very popular saying that nothing survives forever. Still life continues in this universe. What do I mean by this? I am repeating once more for you children. Nothing survives forever. Still, life continues in this universe. Means what, beta? We are living organisms. Not only the animals, but also the plants. We are born, isn't it? And we die one day. So there is a life cycle. Like first, when we are born, we are called as baby or infant. Then we become a child. Then we reach our adolescence. Then we become adult. Then we reach finally our old age. So this is all about the life cycle of a human being. So if any living organism is born on earth, it is sure that it will have a fixed lifespan. That means after an interval of time, that particular organism, whether it is a plant or any animal, it will die. But do you think all the organisms die at once? No, they don't die. Like, let us take, for example, there is a cat and it has got 4 kittens. Okay, it has got 4 kittens. So, when suppose the cat becomes old, what happens to the kittens then? They don't become old at the same time. Maybe they are kids or in their adolescence stage. What I mean to say is that the cat has now turned into his old age. Okay, but the kittens are still young. Some or the other day, the old cat will definitely die. But will its kittens also die along with him? No, that means what? There is a continuity of generation over here. Understand how? Suppose the old one, that is the old kitten, it dies. Still, it has its second generation, that is the offsprings, the kittens. Now these kittens, when they will give birth to their young ones, their generation will continue, isn't it? So this is what is happening. From one generation, we get another generation, that is called the offspring generation. Then again, that particular offspring, when it attains its adolescence, it attains its adulthood, that time means when it is sexually mature children, it is capable of reproduction and it also gives birth to young ones. So the cycle goes on. One dies, the other is born, the other grows up, give birth to the next one. This is what is reproduction. That is what I meant, that when I said nothing survives forever, still life continues in this universe. किसी के चले जाने से कुछ नहीं रुकता. If somebody dies, his next generation continues to live on earth. So I hope you all have understood. So children, it is because of reproduction, which is the most fundamental feature of all living organisms, whether it is an unicellular organism like Paramecium and Euglena, or it is a multicellular well-developed complex organism like the human beings or any other mammal. So in all of us we see this feature, very important feature, characteristic, or a process, that biological process that is carried out and is called reproduction. Students, now let us move on to the definition of reproduction. Okay, children, reproduction is the production of new individuals by sexual or asexual means, which can produce their own kind for the continuity and multiplication of their race by living organisms. Students, in simple words, reproduction is the process in which any living organism give birth or give rise to new individuals and sustain its life on the planet Earth. That means what? Reproduction is a very important process for the continuity of all forms of life on the planet Earth, whether we are talking about an unicellular organism or advanced multicellular organisms. They all need to perform the process of reproduction in order to continue their generation or sustain their life. Children, you will be surprised to know one thing, that reproduction is not a life process. It is not a life process. It is only a biological process. Life processes include excretion, digestion, respiration, circulation, etc., nervous control and coordination also. But reproduction is completely different biological process, okay? And this is the most important one, because if there is no reproduction, then the continuity of generation of a given species will not take place. So, with this we conclude that in order to continue the generation of a given species, reproduction is required and it is very necessary. Now let us move on to the next topic, children, that is modes of reproduction. Even you can see on your screen, children, some modes of reproduction is given. Before diving into the details, let me make you all understand through this. Wait, children, reproduction, okay, reproduction has two modes. You already know, you must have studied in class 6 that reproduction takes place either asexually or it takes place sexually. Now what do I mean when I say asexually and when I say sexually? See children, asexual reproduction means reproduction which does not involve reproductive cells or sex cells or gametes, okay? What children? Gametes, that is G-A-M-E-T-E-S, okay, gametes. So which does not involve the gametes. Now what are these gametes, children? The gamete of a female is called ovum and gamete of a male is called what? It is called sperm. Sperm and ovum. Sperm is the sex cell or the reproductive cell produced by the reproductive part called testes of a male, and ovum is actually beta singular word, okay, plural is ova. Plural is ova. Ovum is produced by the female reproductive part, that is called ovary. So for the time being, we will study the details of everything, that is the male reproductive parts and female reproductive parts in humans in detail in later part of the chapter. For now, just understand that in case of sexual reproduction, there is involvement of sperm and ovum, that is the gametes. But in asexual reproduction, there is no involvement of gametes, and that is why asexual. A means without, in absence of sexual cells, sex cells. That is why asexual reproduction. So I hope you have understood this one, children, and obviously it's very clear from this that sexual reproduction is the mode of reproduction which involves gametes, that is sperm of male and ovum of female. There is fusion of this process, there is fusion of the male and female gamete, and the process of this fusion of sperm and ovum is called fertilization. In later part of the chapter, we will see that how the sperm and ovum, they fertilize to produce a zygote, and they contribute to the process of reproduction which helps in continuity of life on earth. So with this we conclude that there are two modes of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction and another is sexual reproduction. In the next class, children, we will study about asexual reproduction in detail. So that's all for today. In case of any doubt, any queries, do comment me in the comment box or chat box and let me know. Okay? So do your studies well, children. Bye all of you. Thank you.